Today we want to go over the different components of a matted formal album. And the reason we want to do this is we want to make sure that you understand the different components of the album so you can ensure that you order it correctly. The products will vary from brand to brand, so always consult the information on the brand album that you're purchasing. The first component in a lot of formal albums is going to be the cover. And this is what is going to be the main structure for your album. Depending on the brand, it may be offered in covering materials that are synthetic or genuine, like cowhide and such. So you're going to see that varies from brand to brand as well. You're also going to see that this particular model allows the inserts. Some people refer to them as pages. We're usually not going to use the word pages because there's so much confusion about what a page is. I'll touch on that in a little while. But the inserts attach here and do come out of this particular album. Other albums you find are going to be bound like a book, and those are not going to come out. So you will see a difference there. But this is the cover that you are going to order with your album. You are going to generally order an album based on the size, which may be called small, medium, or large. That refers to the height and width of the album. That does not refer to the thickness of the album. The thickness of the album is going to be determined by how many inserts you are adding in there, and then the cover is custom built to accommodate that number of inserts. So that's going to be the cover. That's going to be the main item you're going to order. You'll be able to pick the color, the covering material, any imprinting that you may want on there. There may also be an option for a title to be imprinted on the cover, as well as perhaps a cover photo. If you go with the option with the cover photo, those do generally insert in the front. You slide the photo in and then slide it back to position it. So that's an option on the cover there. The second component to a lot of formal albums is going to be the insert. And what the insert does is it essentially works as a frame to hold the mat that is going to hold your picture. On an album like this, where the insert is removable, you simply have wire ends that slide into the hardware of the cover. You simply slide in the first end, and to get the second end in the hardware, you just put your finger under the wire and gently flex it just enough so that tucks under there. The first couple are going to be extremely easy. As you see, they're going to move around a lot. As the book fills up, they might be a little bit more difficult, but none of them are tremendously difficult. The last two, once the book gets filled, might be a little bit tricky, but no problem at all. So this is going to be the cover. This is going to be the insert. In order to place your photo on the insert, you will need component number 3, which is referred to as a mat. The mats are going to be designed to hold your pictures. Most people tape the photos to the back using some sort of archival tape. The mats are square. You can rotate them in all directions. You can't flip them because, as you see, this one has an embossed accent or an imprinted accent around the picture. Some brands will offer that in black, silver, and gold, so check the brand album you are ordering. In order to slide that in, you simply lift the unattached part of the insert and then the mat slides in. You will have done this already. I'm just showing you here for an example, but you will already have the picture on there and you will already have that in your insert before you put the insert into the cover. You simply slide that in and you just slide it all the way in until that reaches the far edge. It will be pretty tight in there, which you want. You don't want your mats to slide around, but you could have just as easily taken that and flipped that horizontally to hold a horizontal 5x7. The larger the album you get, the more prints will be able to fit on a page. Like on a medium-sized album, you might only fit one 4x5, one 4x6, or one 5x7 per page. On a large album, which has an increased height and width, your mats will accommodate more combinations. You might be able to fit two 4x5s and a 5x7 on there. And again, the mats do rotate, so you can fit those in any direction. The best thing I would recommend is take your collection of photos, take a paper and pad, and just write down the options that you want per page, and that way you're going to know exactly which components, which mats to order for your album, and that is going to help you calculate how thick your album needs to be. When you order an album, most of the time on our website, we are going to refer to the number of sides, not the number of pages. This is one side, this is one side. The reason we don't refer to them as pages is because about 50% of the public calls both sides together a page, which is incorrect. A page is one side, just like it is in a book. In a book, page 1 is on one side, page 2 is on the back side. The actual sheet of paper in a book is called a leaf. So to eliminate all that confusion, we simply go by sides. You're going to order it by the number of sides, and the number of sides equals the number of mats. You are going to need one mat per side. And then this section of the insert does divide the two so the prints are not actually touching. These style albums usually do not use any page protectors or print protectors, either vellum or onion skin type product in between. The thickness of the metal tip corners and the mat, you might be able to see there's actually a little depth there. That holds the pages a little bit from having any pressure against the prints. So we do have some people ask about that, whether there are page separators or anything like that. We don't use those, and most formal album companies are not going to put those in there. So those are the 3 components that you're going to order with most of your formal albums. You may see that vary per brand. Like I say, you might find a brand where the inserts are bound in there and can't come out, so that's going to look a little bit different there. But if you have any questions about ordering your album, please let us know. Once albums are manufactured, they cannot be changed. They are a permanent size, so we recommend asking all the questions that you might have before you order so we can ensure that you get the album right the first time. Thank you very much.